Hello, my friend, and welcome to the next episode of the Nourish and Strengthen podcast. Man, I don't know about you. I took a little bit of a break the last couple weeks, but here we are. I'm recording this at the end of October. Tomorrow is Halloween, actually, and it is blowing my mind how quickly time is flying. I'm sure you're with me when I say that. Did you guys know that there's only like 60 days left until 2026 at the time of my recording this? Can you believe that? It is crazy. We're getting into the time of year where the holidays are creeping in, school events are like stacking up, right? You know, December is crazy with your kids' orchestra concerts and games and like all the things, the Christmas parties, everything. Work is busy. It's so easy to think, especially with things that have to do with you, with your fitness goals, that you'll just start fresh in January. But here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to challenge that. What if these next 60 days were actually the perfect time for you to start creating momentum? What if instead of waiting for January to get back on track, you actually ended the year already feeling stronger and lighter and leaner and more in rhythm with your body? It is an incredible feeling, you guys, to go into January and not feel like you have to start over. Like you got this. All you need to do is continue your routine, continue your habits. So that's what we're talking about today, okay? I'm going to walk you through 7 very simple hormone supportive things, habits, shifts that you can start doing right now to help your body feel more balanced, calm, consistent, and see great results even through the holidays, okay? Now let's be honest. Perfection is not our goal, right? Consistency is. You are not going to be perfect at any time of the year, but especially in the holidays, you are absolutely not going to be perfect. We want to focus on consistency with some basics, okay? And when you support your hormones, you're going to make that consistency so much easier. So, you ready to dive in? I'm ready. Okay. Number 1, first thing, prioritizing blood sugar balance every single day. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, there's holiday treats, and what if my nutrition's not perfect? Reminder, it does not have to be perfect, okay? This is one thing that can really make a huge difference on your stress levels, your digestion, your hunger and craving specifically, because when your blood sugar spikes and then crashes like it does after like a dessert or a high sugary, high carb meal that's not paired with fats or protein, your body's going to pump out cortisol and insulin to try and stabilize things. And that combo can lead to weight gain, fatigue, mood swings, excess hunger and cravings, all the things that we don't want to be feeling if you're trying to make, aligned choices with your goals, right? So here's what I want you to do instead. I want you to start your day with protein and fiber, okay? Do not just eat straight carbs for breakfast. Don't have that orange juice. Don't have a donut. Don't have a croissant. Skip the muffins. Skip the plain coffee. I want you to have eggs, maybe with some veggies in there, some Greek yogurt with some berries, a smoothie with protein powder, and throw in some greens. Do you see how we're starting with a base of protein and then adding in some fiber? Okay. Anything like that is going to really balance your blood sugars right from the start of your day. Okay. So at all meals throughout the day, think protein, fiber, healthy fat. Your fibers can come from your green veggies, your fruit, healthy carbs, things like that. That combo right there is going to keep your energy steady and your cravings calm and your hormones healthy. Okay. So holiday time, if you're running errands, if you're traveling, keep something with you on hand that kind of meets those requirements, like nuts, beef jerky. You can even do a protein bar occasionally. That's totally fine. Then you're not skipping meals and tanking your blood sugar and then coming home starving, famished, grabbing whatever jumps out at you out of the pantry, which is going to skyrocket your blood sugar and then have it crash a couple hours later. Okay? All right. Tip number 2, protect your sleep like your life depends on it. Now, I know this talking sleep is never sexy, right? Sleep is the first thing to go when we're busy. We start going to bed really late. We start trying to fit in our workouts early in the morning, which is not a bad idea. I'm not saying that, but do protect your sleep, okay? Poor sleep can wreck your hormones. It can chronically increase cortisol. It can increase those hunger hormones like ghrelin. It can lower your leptin, which signals your body to be full. So you're going to crave more food and have less willpower, okay? There have been a lot of studies, really, really good, well-designed studies that show that weight maintenance and weight loss is much more difficult when you're not getting enough sleep. All right. So our goal, protect that sleep window. Set a bedtime alarm on your phone. So if you're just around, just last night, for example, we were watching the World Series and some different TV shows. And then my son came over. Before I knew it, it was 11 o'clock and I hadn't even gotten ready for bed. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. So set a bedtime alarm on your phone. Okay. Yes. An alarm to go to bed. This is going to remind you, you can actually do a couple alarms. You can have an alarm to like start winding down. Personally, I go around and I dim the lights in my house. I should be better about this, but a lot of people like to use blue light glasses, where you can reduce those blue lights. Remind yourself to do this. Remind yourself to start the wind down process, turn off those screens, maybe get out a book, and then have an alarm too for when you want to be in bed trying to fall asleep. These are just reminders, okay? You can also try some supplements if you like magnesium glycinate or maybe a calming tea before bed. You can do a journaling session to clear your mind, maybe a little meditation, just things like this to put you into a calm, relaxed state so it'll be easier to fall asleep, okay? And when you start sleeping 7 or 8 hours consistently, your metabolism, your mood, your energy levels, your circadian rhythms, it all starts to regulate. It's all really, really important, and it actually makes a huge difference when it comes to weight loss and maintaining your weight. And it's tough. It's tough in the winter. It's tough in the holiday season. I get it, but that's tip number 2, okay? Tip number 3, focus on lowering stress levels daily, okay? Because this time of year, stress levels can go through the roof. I totally get it. You've got family events, you've got things you're planning, things you're involved in, and some stress is going to be inevitable, right? Cortisol is not the enemy, okay? Let me clear that up because I feel like, people and me talk about high cortisol. What we mean is chronically high cortisol. That's when you can have problems, okay? It is normal for cortisol to be higher in the morning. It is normal for cortisol to be higher during and after a workout, things like that. But it's when it stays high all the time, that's when it's going to make it really hard for your body to let go of fat, especially around that midsection, okay? So the question is not necessarily, how do I avoid all stress? Because that's not realistic, right? It's how do I help my body recover from that stress every single day, all right? Now, you can add just 1 or 2 pauses to every single day, right? Maybe you call it a cortisol pause. And that might be a walk outside in the sun, even if it's cold. Being out in the sun, even in the winter, is so, so helpful. Maybe it is 5 to 10 seconds of deep breathing before you close your laptop for the day or after you close it. Maybe it's, like I mentioned before, some journaling, some prayer, some meditation, some restorative yoga. If your workouts are super, super intense every day of the week, this is a great time of year to try to dial that back a little bit. It's okay to pull back on, the cardio or the intense circuit-based exercise and add more walking or traditional strength training or yoga instead, okay? Less exercise, oftentimes, if you're over-exercising, leads to better results and more feelings of like calm and peace, okay? Tip number 4 is similar to this. Strength train 2 to 4 times a week. Yes, twice a week can be fine, especially in a busy season. I would recommend doing 1 upper body workout and 1 lower body workout, so you're still hitting every muscle group in your body. If you can do 3 or 4 times a week, that's better, but 2 is better than nothing, okay? Muscle is one of the best things you can have for hormone health. It's going to help balance your estrogen, support metabolism. It's going to keep you strong and functional as you age, because we should want that, right? It's not all about aesthetics, and how you feel is really important too, but we should be thinking about, when we're older, we want to be able to function and live on our own for as long as we want, right? It's not quite as fun to think about that, but it's true. So if you've been stuck doing lots of cardio and not really knowing what you're doing with the weight training, it is time to shift gears, okay? You don't have to lift 6 days a week. In fact, you shouldn't, right? 2 to 4 intentional sessions are enough, and they don't have to be long. 35, 40, 45 minutes is perfect, okay? Focus on compound movements. Those are exercises where you're moving from more than one joint in the body. Okay, example, squats. What part of your body is bending in squats? Your hips and your knees, right? That's a compound movement. Compare that to like a leg extension, which is not a compound movement, and you're only hinging from your knees, okay? Another one, like an overhead press. What joints are bending? It's your shoulders and your elbows, right? So it's a compound movement compared to a lateral raise where you're only hinging from your shoulders, okay? So focus on compound movements and then add in those non-compound movements to kind of round out your workout. So here's the thing. Lifting heavier over time in a progressive program is going to signal to your body to build muscle, right? But don't worry, you're not going to get bulky. You're not going to be like a big bodybuilder, right? It's going to give you that lean, toned, stronger look that you probably want. And it's going to boost your metabolism even after your workout ends, right? And you're also going to feel more confident, more capable, and you'll see these changes that cardio alone just can't give you. It's like that time every single day or multiple times a week where you're like, oh my gosh, that weight looks really heavy. I don't know if I can do it. And then guess what? You do it and you're like, I just did that. And if I can do that, what else in my life can I do? Lifting weights is such a game changer for building confidence. It's incredible. So if you're not doing it, highly recommend. Okay. Tip number 5, plan and pre-track. So this one is has to do with your nutrition. It might sound simple, but it is an absolute game changer, you guys. Here's the thing, okay? We make so many decisions every single day about food, about movement, about habits, but also just about our life, right? At work, you're making decisions all the time. With your families, you're making decisions all the time. There is a lot of decision fatigue going on. So if it's something that's important to you, make the decision in advance and plan ahead, okay? Plan ahead instead of being reactive. So on Sundays, look at your week. Ask, when am I working out? What days? What time of days? Put it into your calendar. What meals can I prep? What am I making for dinner? What do I want to be for my breakfast or my lunch? Is there any food item that I can pre-prep, like pre-cook? Can I pre-track my food in my tracking app? Even just mapping out those days' meals in advance is so crucial in staying consistent without overthinking things, right? You're not being obsessed. You're not being overly rigid. You are removing the guesswork and giving yourself a plan every single day. Whenever I ask someone who is struggling to, say, hit their protein goals or whatever, I say, are you planning in advance? Are you pre-tracking your food? 100% of the time, they say no. Okay. Or maybe they did, but they didn't stick to it the next day, right? Pre-tracking eliminates any mistakes, right? Because you are deciding in advance, okay, this is what I'm going to eat tomorrow. This is when I'm going to eat it. And if your macros aren't on target, you tweak it in advance, right? And the next day comes and you just got to follow the plan. It's so simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's so simple and it's a game changer, right? Also, if you're busy, using grocery delivery or pickup is life-changing. Oh my gosh, I haven't been in the grocery store. I mean, I have recently, but it's not very often. It is a game changer, you guys. All right, tip number 6, hydrate. Hydrate, focus on hydration. It's so important, especially for your metabolism, your digestion, and just managing hunger and how you feel, like clear-headed, you know? When you're dehydrated, your body just doesn't work right. Your digestion will slow, you can get more constipated, your energy levels drop, your cravings increase, all sorts of things just by not drinking enough water, okay? But sometimes if you are drinking enough water and you still don't feel great, you might need to add some electrolytes, okay? Your body also needs minerals. It needs sodium, potassium, magnesium, especially if you drink caffeine or you get overly sweaty in your workouts. You're gonna need even more minerals, okay? So start your day with a mineral-rich drink, so like a big glass of water, maybe some sea salt, some lemon, or an electrolyte packet. Transform makes amazing electrolytes hydration. They are so, so good. Just put a scoop of it in there, sip on it throughout your morning. It's going to be so, so good for you. And then I want you to aim for half your body weight in ounces of water a day. That is a great start. If you're not getting at least that, have that be your first goal, okay? Your energy levels, your digestion, your hormones, your skin, your hair, everything is going to thank you for this one, all right? And last but not least, I love this one. This tip is choose joy and connection. It is so easy to feel stressed, to feel like there's so much you have to do that those relationships and that joy in life can easily get pushed to the back burner, right? This is one of the most underrated parts of your hormone health and your health journey. We spend so much time trying to fix what is wrong with us, wrong with our bodies. We pick ourselves apart, that we forget how powerful actually like feeling good and connecting with others and feeling happy can be, right? Oxytocin is your connection and your love hormone, okay? And it literally combats high cortisol and helps regulate other hormones as well. So I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing that brings me joy, that I can do just for me, that has nothing to do with my fitness goals or my job or, providing for my family, like when it comes to driving them around or feeding them or whatever it is. Maybe it is reading a book. That's what it is for me. Maybe it is a lunch date with a friend or, laughing and playing with your kids. Joy, connection. This is not just like a luxury bonus. This is an actual necessity. Okay. So let's recap. Your next 60 days, guys, leading up to 2026, do not have to be about restriction or putting off reaching your goals until January. They can be about building momentum, nourishing your body, calming your stress, and really setting the stage for a very powerful year next year where you actually reach your goals, you feel amazing. Now, these are your 7 focus points, okay? Number 1, balancing your blood sugar. Number 2, protecting your sleep. 3, lowering stress daily. Number 4, strength training consistently. 5, plan and pre-track. 6, hydrate. And 7, choose joy, okay? Even if you just pick like 1 or 2 of these to focus on each week, you're gonna be amazed at how much of a difference it makes. It's gonna make you feel so much better and more confident, all right? Now, if you need help putting all this together, the workouts, the nutrition, the hormones, all of it. This is what my team and I do every single day. We help women over 40 lose that stubborn fat, balance their hormones naturally without, giving up their favorite foods or spending hours in the gym or just completely overhauling your life, right? So if that sounds like what you need, reach out to me on social media. I would love to chat with you, see if what we do is a good fit for you, because you deserve to finish this year strong, guys. I don't want you finishing it burned out, frustrated. I want you to feel confident and proud of the progress you've made. So thanks for listening, my friends. And here is to feeling absolutely amazing as we close out this year.